Yo guys, how's everyone doing? This is your guy Assassin Dave. Welcome back after a long-awaited Hanzo video. It's been a while and I received a lot of enthusiasm asking me about Hanzo. In fact, I recently went to the Philippines and then I met some fans who were telling me, Dave, I played Hanzo because of you. So I decided to make a Hanzo video, especially after Hanzo rework. I've been secretly playing it. I gotta say this hero is actually quite fun. Probably one of the most fun assassins now. Come out from a biased opinion. Someone who liked to play Hanzo for sure. This character is just really good. You can use Hanzo as a mid laner, believe it or not. Especially when you take sprint. You can steal early game jungle, mid game jungle, late game jungle, or late game stealing jungle is kind of pointless. If you're winning, you're just gonna be taking everything from the map. Hanzo farms really fast. Now in this game, I'm gonna go over a lot of tips and then what you wanna do when you play Hanzo. Because I gotta say, as a veteran Hanzo player, I think I find some really good way of playing Hanzo after a lot of game with him this season, even with standard games. Because I can't find ranked game with him. He's always banned for some reason. Okay, so with that being said, starting off, this game is going to be a jungle Hanzo, a standard Hanzo game. When you start off the game, tip number one is always start on the opposite side where the river Pokemon is going to spawn. Let's say if the river Pokemon spawns on the bottom side of the map, you want to then start with blue. If you have the river Pokemon spawn on the top side of the map, then you want to start with red, right? Basically, vice versa. The reason for that being is you can eat the first jungle creep. In this particular game, I started with blue. I ate it. Come here, use my red tree to take the small little camp. And just when you finish, it's actually perfect timing because that's when river Pokemon spawn. You can go over to use your skill 2, apply your stack, and without doing too much damage, you can secure it with your skill 1 because that's when your skill 1 refreshes as well. So this way you can get a lot of camps starting off the game. A standard route that always helps. Now when you start from the rest side jungle, the almost same thing applies. After we did our entire jungle clear, we got level 4. The next thing you do is obviously find some ways to get little ganks here and there, right? Sometimes there's gonna be a little bit of issue when you gank him, when your teammate is not applying enough pressure. And also you will realize without 5 stacks on Hanzo, that comes to my tip number 2. Without 5 stacks on Hanzo, you will do almost no damage. So your goal with playing Hanzo is always playing 5 stacks. Now it might sound really stupid and easy, you're like, Dave, of course, everybody knows that. The trick is how to do that, right? And I'm gonna go over a few tips and tricks, how you always 5 stacks. Number 1 tip, you've gotta always try to use your auto attack. And then try to avoid using skill 2 as soon as you see somebody, right? Sometimes you can, if you know the enemy player trying to do something crazy, for example, do an objective, and their position is kind of already locked in, it's predicted, you can use your skill 2. But a lot of times you will notice, if somebody's paying attention to a Hanzo player, it's really hard to lock onto your skill 2 right here. So in this case, enemy Amon was doing the turtle, so I was able to easily lock on skill 2, get my 5 stacks, use a skill 1, and that shredded 50% of his health, which is an easy kill. Okay, in this scenario, you can see Guinevere was chasing me. So don't panic, use a skill 2, immediately come back. If he is standing on your skill 2 or your shadow, you don't even need to apply an auto attack. You can just use your skill 1. By the time the explosion animation actually come through, for sure they're gonna have 5 stack on them. And that's usually entails about an easy kill, right? Straightforward. You're just gonna skill 2, skill 1, and they're dead. So in this scenario, obviously, we don't really have a top laner. You can see our Balaric. And by the way, we had a Florian locked in this roam earlier. And this Balaric ended up choosing the Balaric, but we thought he was gonna go to the EXP lane. It turned out he's becoming the second roam, which is kind of weird. So in this game, we don't really have a specific top laner. Our Florian went to top eventually, but it was a little bit too late. We already lost top lane tower. Because the early game pressure we were able to apply, still, it was really good for us. Now, when you come to a target like Nana, who doesn't have a lot of mobility, it's much easier to just use your skill 2 and apply your 5 stack. And in this particular game, by the way, you will notice it's really, really difficult because we don't have a top laner. And if you ask, why do you hesitate before going to blue buff there? Because Guinevere and Amon was actually heading, well, they were going Mia, right? They disappeared from the map, and they're on the top side of the map. So I have to be really careful, before dying here. Generally, when you play Hanzo, you can be a little bit careless. I wouldn't say careless. Brave if you have your ultimate ready. If you have your ultimate ready, you can just go use your body to hit objectives or steal camps. And that comes to my next major tip, is always use your body to do majority of your actions. And use your ultimate for rotation, for gank, for flank, for I would say macro rotation, right? Let's say you're using your body to split push, and when the team come to you, that's when you can use your ultimate to escape. and a leverage opportunity to kill somebody who is like caught off position on the other side of the map. It's almost impossible for somebody to chase you. Even I would say a good lane player, it's really hard to chase Hanzo with a shadow, unless they want to chase you all the way to base, which is totally fine. Okay, next major tip I would give to Hanzo players is you always want to farm. You will notice in this game, I never stopped farming, right? Even though our top lane, was lost fairly early on, but I have never stopped farming. In fact, I was so good at farming, you would notice I was always about 3 to 4 levels ahead compared to enemy Amon. Even though he had a, clear advantage with Turtle, clear advantage was Guinevere taking the top lane fairly early. But this game, because we never gave up farming, and Amon was always ganking, he was getting a lot of kills, and our team was really heavy. As I already mentioned, Balaric. Yeah. So doesn't matter because I was keeping the timer of enemy jungle and where enemies are. Giving up turtle sometimes will actually help Hanzo farm, especially in scenarios where you can't really control the team. If you cannot predict movement of your team, if you think your teammates are really bad, don't worry about it. Forget about turtle. Just go farm, steal enemy jungle. Because usually, I'll give you another tip, right? This is a side tip. It's not like the major tips. When enemy team trying to take turtle, the opposite side of his jungle is almost always available. So that's your opportunity. Go ahead and steal their jungle, extend your farm, and then come back maybe using your ultimate to secure the turtle if they haven't taken it. If they did, you can use that to go to the enemy jungle and then try to get 1 or 2 kills. This will lock in more lead. So in this scenario, you can see, I know Nana was in that bush. Obviously, ignore the tank in the front and chase Nana in the back. And there's not too much they can do about it at all. Here, I was really thinking whether I should continue to fight the tank and Amon, but I was running out of energy. This is come to my next major tip with Hanzo. You gotta pay close attention to your energy, okay? That decides whether you don't move back to your shadow or you just let your energy run out and your body comes to your shadow, because now you cannot actively control anymore that whether your body, when your shadow can come to your body. You have to wait until your energy runs out. So that's actually quite interesting because a lot of inexperienced players still wait at your shadow, your body position, hoping you'll come back. But you don't really come back and they can't really hit it. So that's really good for just, I would say, scamming your enemy in a way, or tricking them. I wouldn't say scam. Scam sounds like a bad word. But tricking them so they wouldn't know where you are, where you're gonna be. In this game, I'm already A0-1 now. You can see our team died 9 times. And then again, we never had a top laner. So you're like, how did that happen? Because I never give up my farm. Okay, so just now when Amon was trying to chase me in the red buff area, in my red buff area, that actually was gonna go back to my another tip. A lot of times you can use your body to fight, especially when you don't have your ultimate and when your teammate is around, you can use your body to fight. Your body is really, really strong now, especially with skill 1 now being available to be used as a damage skill. A lot of time I notice I can just use my body to fight and there's not gonna be too much problem. So over here, I know Guinevere and was trying to, look for me. So just directly ignore the Guinevere and then come to the marksman. This marksman ended up misstepping, but because I ran out of energy, I decided not to fight him anymore. However, because my skill 2 sealed off his escape path for the enemy Melissa, that Melissa ended up having nowhere to run, and Mia got an easy kill. By the way, this Mia was complete that way this game. He was not able to have any fun, even though there was 2 support for him early game, right? Look, this is when you easily land a skill 2, and you can see that 50% of the health with a simple skill 1 just burst down the Guinevere, and he has nowhere to go, right? Wherever easy, and then here you use a skill 2. You notice they're coming, just step out a little bit. Hanzo is the safest when you have your ultimate available. Before you have your ultimate available, don't do too crazy stuff. Save your skill 2 and look for another opportunity, right? Either escape or reposition. Okay, you can see that I don't really have an angle to go in because they're trying to burst my shadow. And that's the last thing you want. Let's actually come down to my last tip of this Hanzo video, which is if they're bursting down your shadow, you gotta be really careful, okay? You don't want them to burst down your shadow, because if they burst down your shadow, your body is very vulnerable, and then somebody might be camping your body and then just kill you, right? Or in most scenarios, when you know your shadow is kind of low, you should just reposition, right? Just either escape with your shadow and have your body come to it, or just wait for, just call it back and wait for another opportunity. And that's what I did. They were never able to call me vulnerable. So I was able to shove the lane and use my ultimate to reposition the flank. And that's eventually, you can see that, just caught them red-handed, right? Off guard, off-handed. And they were not able to do anything to react to this. So now I want to talk about Hanzo's item. Hanzo item, I would say the core items are the attack speed items. This way you can proc your skill 1. I don't know if you know, somehow Hanzo's skill 2 work with attack speed item. If you have the attack speed item, what will happen is, even if you apply skill 2, sometimes it only takes 2 to 3 ticks for your skill 1 to be usable. I don't know why that's the case, but it is just like that. So it makes it really easy for you to proc your main damage source, which is skill 1. Over here, Guinevere was, trying to outsmart me, but most of the time you'll notice I just use my auto attack to do damage, and there's nothing they can do, right? When you use your auto attack to do damage, that should be your majority of a damage source. Skill 2 is just to apply your passive. If you can't use skill 2 to apply passive, a lot of time you use skill 2 just to reposition, to catch up to people. And you use your auto attack plus retry to slow people down, get your passive, and kill them. Over here, I quickly go back to another split push position, and that's where you want to be with Hanzo. From mid to late game. Most of the time, you just want to split push. And after wave is cleared, when the minion wave hits the tower, you can come here, use your ultimate, and then try to get a cure or 2. I believe here I kill Guinevere just by simply apply a skill 2 and an auto attack, and there's nothing they can do. Look how much damage we're doing now. Thing about Hanzo is, after you kill someone, I don't know, for new Hanzo players, you might not know this, which is you get your energy extended. So you can keep on auto attacking and, use your auto attack, apply skill 1. Late game, you're really strong against squishies, you can just beat them to death. So late game, when you have full energy, if you're able to land your skill 2 fairly early on and kill somebody with your skill 2-1 combo, you can actually kill somebody and have enough energy, wait on the side, and will have enough energy left to do another 2-1 combo. So you can do 2 full 2-1 combo if you do it at early stages of your ultimate in the late game. So over here, our teammate all died because, that's what it is. So we got what we needed. Come here, steal their jungle, shove the lane with our body, which you never was able to do with Hanzo in the past, right? Shove the lane with your body, kill the tower, and because I have my ultimate in my hand, so I was never worried. But right after I come to the bush, I know Guinevere come in, uses dash, because I have nowhere to go. Quickly come here with a skill 2, and he's dead, just like that. So very, very simple combo now. You can see here I didn't really get away immediately. I waited, hoping Amon was going to come in, but he didn't. So skill 2 only landed on the enemy tank. Now, if that's the case, I'm just going to walk away, right? Because I'm not going to be able to kill him, and energy is running out. And that's going to put me in a vulnerable position. Again, the only thing you need to really worry about now on Hanzo is your Shadow's health and your energy. You don't have to worry about your main body. There's only one target you're controlling, which makes Hanzo extremely easy to use. You just have to get used to it. Initially, it might be a little bit weird. When I first started playing Hanzo, I actually thought it was worse because I was doing no damage. It turned out you just have to find a way and get used to apply your passive stack. If you're not able to, then it's really weak. Over here, I attacked this Nana just 3 times. Get the passive because of the attack speed, right? And easily apply a skill 1, Nana was dead. After that, I know my energy was running out. My body was coming to the shadow. Instantly call it back. So this way, I'm not in a vulnerable position after killing the Nana. Over here, doing the Lord, because enemy team already have 2 dead. This is already very late game. No one can touch me. I can literally 1v5 their entire team in a lot of scenarios and killing someone. So you can see here, right? They were trying to do something crazy. Easily come over here, use retry, slow down. 3 auto attacks plus a skill 1. 3 auto attacks take you like literally 1.5 seconds because your attack's so fast. With retry to slow people down, you can easily follow up with 3 auto attacks in skill 1. There are no extra moves needed. Just that simple movement should give you a free kill to any squishy late game. Not to mention if you land your skill 2. If you land your skill 2, it's even easier, right? You can see here, skill 2, 1 auto attack, the Amon was already dead. And that's it. That's the end of the game, guys. This is a very, very simple game. And I just want to say that, hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with your Hanzo-loving friends. Hopefully I will see you in the next video, if there is a next video. Sunday signing out. See you guys next time. Bye for now.